In today's video, I'm going to show you how to convert the front end of your Ram 1500 to a sport front end conversion. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly what parts are needed to convert the front end of your Ram 1500 to a sport front end. This was a Laramie truck. It had the two-piece bumper. You can see I've already removed the chrome part and that portion of it, but I'm going to show you guys exactly what parts you're going to need. So let's start off. I guess we'll go outside to inside. So obviously you're going to need a bumper cover. I'm going to list all these parts in the description below where you guys can find all the parts. So you're going to need your bumper cover, whether you have the front parking sensors or not. You're going to have to, select that option with your front cover. So there's pretty much only those two options on the front cover. Like I said, with or without sensors. You are going to need a lower valence. You need this one because the one that is on your existing bumper, it's different. So for the chrome two-piece bumpers, it's a different one. So you'll have to get one of those. And then working inwards from there, you're going to need to get this absorber, which kind of holds, well, actually does hold your fog lights and all that stuff as well. And then last but not least, you're going to need the rebar or crash bar, however you want to call it. So all these parts I'll link down in the description below. So you guys can get these parts, Mopar parts, or you can get Kappa certified, which they've all been, crash tested and all that stuff. So I would go, like I said, depends what you want to do. As far as all this stuff here, this cost about $700 to get all of this here. And like I said, if you went Mopar, it would probably be a little bit more. Some of the parts I did mix and match, and I am still waiting for one part to arrive, which you also will have to get. And it's this closeout panel, they call it there, that goes in there. Like I said, some of the parts, you can find good deals on them. Like that closeout panel, I got the OEM one, but the rest of the stuff is Kappa certified. The other thing you're gonna need are these clips. So you're gonna need a total of 14 of these, you guys. So they're gonna be going here to hold your fog lights on. So you got the 3 bolts for your fog lights. You also have the 2 bolts to hold this part of the absorber to your crash bar. You got one here in the front, another one here, 2 more there, and then 3 more for your fog lights. And then you also have on the bottom here 4. So 1, 2, and then you can see 3 and 4. So that's where the total of those come from. And then you're also going to need 4 carriage bolts. So you see these squares here. So you're gonna need 4 carriage bolts, which I'll show you that hardware now. And here it is. So these are Imperial. You can try to find metric ones. Most hardware stores are gonna be carrying Imperial stuff. So this was a 1/2 inch Imperial bolt. And then I got a nylon lock nut, and I also got the washers. You're gonna need these because the original bolts stay with your 2-piece bumper. So you're probably gonna need these, so I would go ahead and get them. Like I said, 4 of them. Doesn't really cost much if you go to your local hardware store, but that's needed for the install. So that'll cover the 2 lower bolts, but there is 1 upper bolt, and you're gonna carry over 2 of the nuts from your previous setup, which are gonna go there and there. So we'll get started, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off. So like I said, I've already got the lower bumper off. There's not much that originally hold it on. I haven't decided on tow hooks, whether I'm gonna leave these or not. But either way, let's get things started. 2 10mm bolts in here that I'll show you guys. Or actually I can show you guys pretty easily. So you see that bolt right there. So we're gonna loosen that from the backside. I don't know, the fender liner's in right now, so you might have to move your fender liner to access it, but those 2 have to come out. So with those 2 bolts removed on the sides, you can take out your grill, or you can just slide it out like this. Just depends how careful you are to not scratch everything. So there is a couple clips here, so it will be kind of stuck in there, but it will come out. So there's the 2 clips that I was referring to. They just kind of slide out, so you just need a good tug and this thing will come off. If you are gonna try to run the tow hooks, there's this little pin that comes through from the tow hook bracket, and it kind of holds things up. I'm sure it would push out, but I'm not sure if we're gonna run the tow hooks or not. But either way, I'm gonna shave down these 2 pins. They're on both sides, just so you guys know. But since this flat mount bracket would get held up on it, I'm just gonna grind it down. All right, so those little tabs there, I just went ahead and made them flat on both sides. So now we should be good. So lift this up, slide slide it on. And then just put on a couple of your bolts just to hold it. Okay, so our carriage bolts are in. We've got the hardware on the back, and we've got our factory nut on the top. So we'll go ahead and tighten everything down. Okay, so all of our hardware is tight. Let's go ahead and put the absorber on. So before you put the absorber on, you're gonna wanna slide your clips in here. And they're gonna go here. And then the other one's gonna go right there. So you can slide that in. And then the other ones you're gonna wanna install are gonna be here. And same thing here. And same on the other side. Now we'll throw up our absorber. And it just slides over your rebar. And try to line up your holes right here at the same time so you can get your bolt in. And then once you get all your bolts in, you got the two on the front, you got the two on the sides here with the clips, we can tighten everything down. All right, so we got all the hardware tight. We could put the fog lights in, but what I do want to do is just test fit my bumper just since that just got delivered, make sure the fitment is good. And then I'm gonna go drop off the bumper for paint because we will have to put all the sensors and all that stuff. We got two wiring harnesses in this bumper. We got the ones for the parking sensors and the ones for the fog lights. So I will have to dress all those in, but I wanna make sure that the bumper fits so we can drop off for paint so we can wrap up this whole job. Okay guys, well there it is, and the fitment's really good. Only thing I'm thinking of is these tow hooks. I don't know about them. Not really sure how I feel about them. I think I could be wrong, but it looks like you could put them on either way. And I haven't looked at another one to see if these are the correct way. I almost feel like they're on backwards. But the way they sit right now, they kind of seem a little bit useless to me. I don't know. I haven't decided yet on the tow hooks, but at least the bumper fits. So I'm going to go ahead, take this off. We'll drop it off for paint. That way you guys can see the finished product in one video. All right guys, it's a few days later and the bumpers are done from paint. So we're going to go over there, but just before we do, two things. I'm going to remove those two front tow hooks. We'll deal with that later if we want to try a separate project, but right now I don't want it messing with my brand new fresh and soft paint. What I am going to do though is I'm going to throw on the two fog lights and the wiring harness for the fog lights, just so that when we get there we can pretty much just remove that upper piece and throw our bumper on. I'm still waiting on that closeout panel, so the bumper probably will have to come off another day, but it should be pretty much done. So let's throw these fog lights on there. So they're held on by 3 bolts, you guys. So 1, 2, 3, and I did have to go pick up a few more of these clips. So we'll put in the speed clips that go here, the body clips, and then 3 10mm bolts, and they'll be in there. So they're gonna slide in this way because your bolts are gonna come in from the back side. So you want to make sure that your bolts can access this way with your clips. And there we go. Fog lights also come in from the back side. And if you guys look right here, there's a little locating tab that goes in that hole. And same thing with down here. A little locating pin that'll go in there. There you go, like that. And you can put your bolts in. Also, some of these 10mm bolts I did recycle from the old bumper, so they're factory, Mopar bolts, and they are long enough. So depends if you want to get all new bolts, if you're selling your old bumper, or you want to take some parts from it. It's up to you, but some of them do work. Okay, so this fog light's installed. Let's go to the other one. And our other fog light's on, so let's attach the wiring. And the other thing too is, if you guys don't already know, you can adjust the fog lights like this. This one's pointing way down, so I think it's gonna look funny. It's like cranked all the way. So I'm just gonna kind of put it in a neutral position here. I think that'll be a little bit better, and we can adjust them later. So the fog light harness is pretty simple. It's just got 3 plugs on it, one for each fog light, and then the one that goes into the actual truck. So we'll get this on here. Okay, so once you plug it into your fog light, this here goes on that slot. So this mounts up here. So you can shove it into this slot right there, and that's where that goes. And then this wire harness is gonna plug right into there. And you can kind of see where everything goes, and then this is gonna carry over to your other side. So it does reach, you guys, and what you're gonna do is, hopefully you can see, you're pretty much gonna put it on the top of your rebar from the back. So you're gonna feed it over top of your frame rail, like you can see there, go across the back. these Christmas tree clips might not align, so you can either remove them, but you could try to, like for example that one there, this hole that is almost trying to reach, doesn't reach, but you can move these. I mean, if you really want to, you could probably buy the other harness, but it does reach and plug in. You're just gonna have to fasten it up on the back here. So same thing over here, it all plugs in, and that's what I'm talking about. It goes across there. If you look closely, you'll see that hole right there. That's where the Christmas tree clips slip into. So we can slide them in here. It's gonna be easier once we get this off. We could probably get our hands from the top a little bit more easy to clip those in. But either way, she's on for now. And yeah, it's gonna be, it clips on the top of the absorber. There's little holes, which you can hopefully see right there. There's a little hole right there. So that's where it clips into all the way along on the backside. All right, so I just pulled off the tow hooks. There's only 3 bolts that hold each side on, so I just took them off for now. Let's get going over the body shop. Okay, so we're here. We're at G_A Auto Works. We got the bumper looking fresh. We got Gerardo over here throwing all the clips in. So we're putting the lower valence in. It just slides in with these clips right here. And then once you get those in, you're gonna need a series of push pins across here, and then here, and then 2 little guys right here on the end. And then we're also gonna put in our sensors. You guys might not have the front parking sensors, but we got them all here, all painted and color matched, and the little gaskets that go around it, and the way that's gonna work. So this is what the front ones used to look like. You used to have these clips. These go on the rear, but we'll do the rear in another video. But this essentially is gonna go in here like this, and then it's just gonna click into place like that. Okay, so we got all of everything in, bottom's on, so we're on. All right, check this out, boys. This thing looks legit. So she fits all beautiful. We got the fender flares on here. A lot of guys said that these don't fit, but they do fit. You just have to do a little bit of trimming. I'm gonna show you guys another video how to trim these to get these to fit. So that's on there like that. I still gotta get this piece on here. Right now we're just messing with the rear bumper, but I'll show you everything out in the light in a minute. All right guys, so we're gonna get out of here. I'll show you guys a little bit more once we get back, but this thing looks phenomenal. I can't wait to show you guys a complete walk around on this thing. Okay guys, so finally the last piece of the puzzle did show up, is this bottom closeout panel. I know you guys have been waiting for a while for this video, and I wanted to finally give you guys this video with the final product. So we're gonna open this up. It's a factory Mopar part, and that's that bottom closeout panel, and we should be able to clip it in from the back side and finish this up. And I'll also link this down in the description below where you guys can find out this panel. All right guys, so here it is, like I said, factory Mopar part. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in. I may do tow hooks at some point, but for now, I'm not gonna bother with it. I got a million other things I gotta try to attend to, but maybe at some point, comment down below if you guys wanna see me try to integrate factory tow hooks on this with the brackets. I didn't get rid of them, I still have them, so I could put them on, but for now, just trying to finish the job. And I did manage to get this in here. I kind of slid it in here. So if you guys are like me and you're waiting on this part, you can get in here without removing the whole bumper. I haven't even gotten under the vehicle yet, but we'll just line up all these tabs. We'll push it from the back side. I can still get up behind there, so once I get it in place, I can go ahead and push it and click it all in, and we'll be done. And then you can come back here once you kind of got all the tabs in. You kind of have to do them all at the same time, but you just keep pushing it, and I've been working from one side to the other, and you kind of just click everything in place. The other thing you guys are going to need to do is just make sure that you have your speed clips here, and put your bolts through and thread it in here. So there's 4 of them on the bottom. So just get them loose in place because it kind of has a bit of flexibility to it. And I'll show you the other 2. Here's your other one, so that'll go there. Nothing too crazy, it's just in plastic. And then you can tighten up your other one once you got both in place loose. All right guys, and here's the finished product out in the sunlight so you guys can see it. She's a little dirty right now, but you guys can get the gist of it. It looks so much better in my opinion. A couple other things. The front here, so I kind of just briefly went over it, but the front is held in by a screw here, so you're gonna have to reinstall that 10 mil bolt that goes here. You're gonna have a screw on the bottom, 2 on each side, so one here, and then one there on the bottom where you guys just saw me doing there, and then another one on this side. And other than that, it's just held in by all the speed clips on the top that just slide out. You don't have to really do anything with those, but that's how the bumper itself is held on. A couple other small things, you guys are probably wondering about these wheels, but I'll talk more about that in another video. But overall, like, this thing is looking so much better in my opinion, just with all different accents and little things. The color matched grille, deleting that chrome ring, putting the black housing headlights. Also, I have this video coming for you guys. We've got the LED lights in there with the black housing as well. You know, getting rid of the chrome mirrors, getting rid of the chrome emblems. And also, let me know if you guys want to see, I made it wasn't too much content on this, but I did put that color matched rear bumper on it. I ended up just buying that primered bumper, and I just got it painted as well with the front bumper. So not a whole lot to see there. You can kind of see what she looks like, but they did an awesome job getting the color match on point. I'm sure a lot of you guys are still wondering what the heck's going on with the wheels. I'll explain more later, but I did experiment with Laramie wheels on here as well. But I'm really liking the look so far, and yeah, I think it's a huge improvement over the way it was before. And other than just putting the fender liners in, but I don't need to show you guys that, it's pretty straightforward just with all those push clips and whatnot. But there she is, boys. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this thing now. Okay guys, it's gonna be a wrap for today's video. Comment down below what you guys think of the way the truck looks now. Like I said, with everything done to it, the mirrors, the headlights, the grille, the bumper, you know, the wheels, getting rid of all the chrome on the emblems, all that stuff. I'm really liking the way it looks. Personal preference, of course, but let me know what you guys think. Also, all the parts that we use will be down in the description down below, so you guys can check them out and see what we used. Also, a huge shout out to AG Auto Works. If you guys are in the LA area, definitely go check them out for paint work. I'll link them down below, and you can probably see them here, but also check out down in the description. I'll give you guys a little bit more contact information. Get a hold of them. They do awesome work. They had that done in like 2-3 days. It was just that closeout panel that was taking forever. So can't thank those guys enough. They may actually be painting the Dakota as well. We're trying to see if we can squeeze that into the schedule as well. But thanks to everybody involved. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. What do you guys think of that look down below? We'll see you guys on the next video.